Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon our Messenger Muhammad and upon all his family and companions. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and in him we seek aid. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon our Master Muhammad and upon all his family and companions. Oh brother, you asked me for some advice. Since you're a soldier, listen with my own soul to a few truths through military parables and short stories. For I see my own soul as more in need of advice than anyone else. In the past, I had spoken to my soul at some length about the 8 words, which I had benefited from based on 8 verses. Now I will speak them to my soul again, briefly and in the language of the common people. Whoever wishes may listen along. Yes. Oh brother, you asked me for some advice since you are a soldier. Of course, Hulusi Abi, that is the addressee of this question here, is Hulusi Abi. Hulusi Abi is also a soldier. He meets the Ustad, master. After that, his duty is soldiering. That's why he says, since you are a soldier, listen with my own soul to a few truths through military parables and 8 short stories. With 8 short stories, a few truths, meaning he will show the realities. There are constant truths, realities in the universe. He will show those realities through stories. The important thing here is to see the reality. But he uses stories to show the reality. That is, we will see the reality through the stories. What is important is to see the reality. Listen with my own soul to a few truths. For I see my own soul as more in need of advice than anyone else. Now, how should we understand this? For a person to be able to think correctly, to find the truth, to live correctly in the world, they need to see the truths. They need to see the truths and think according to the truths, right? Of course. If a person does not see the truths, does not comprehend the truths, how will they make decisions in their life? How will they act? Who will they look to? You will either look at the truths and act according to them, or you will look at people. What are people doing? You will follow the people. Now, a person who does not know the truths first needs to see the realities behind the curtain of this universe. Now, does everyone need this? Everyone needs this. No one can say, I don't need this. Everyone needs this. And what does the Ustad say? He says, I need to see these truths because we come to this world once and we must not live wrongly. Allah Almighty gives us the right to live in this world once. If we live it correctly, we will have won this great opportunity, turning it in our favor. But if we live it wrongly after we have passed from this world, after we have gone, we have no chance to return and live again. If we have lost, our loss will be great, right? And there is no compensation for it. Because our Ustad is aware of this. He says, first, and realities are already true. I need to see the correct things, the truths, the realities. I have a need for this. He says, I feel this need more than anyone, because that sensitivity in the Ustad, that sensitivity is at the highest degree. I see my own soul as more in need of advice than anyone else. In the past, I had spoken to my soul at some length about the 8 words, which I had benefited from based on 8 verses. Now I will speak them to my soul again, briefly and in the language of the common people. Whoever wishes may listen along. He is saying, I saw these things in my time. I observed them. I penetrated them in detail with subtleties. I benefited from them. Now I will repeat that contemplation. I will pass it through my world of contemplation again, but this time it will be a bit faster. He says, brief, fast. He says, I had already done the detailed version. Whoever wishes, let them listen, so they may also benefit. This is very beautiful. I mean, it answers the question of why we read the RİSALE-İ. We read it to see the realities, the truths, the correct things. Whoever can see the truths, then they will be successful in thinking correctly. A person who is successful in thinking correctly lives correctly in this world. They pass from this world correctly. Those who are upright will see the reward for that uprightness in the eternal life. They will reason correctly. Right now, for example, the reason people cannot get along with each other is that not everyone sees the truth. They cannot see it. I mean, if everyone saw the truth, truth is singular. There would be agreement there. The person cannot see it. While not being able to see it, they say, I saw it. They say, is this right? Yes, it's right. I say this is right. You say that's right. Can there be two truths? Number one of us is automatically wrong, right? But then nobody says, I am at fault. Everyone thinks highly of themselves. Well, what have you done to see the truths that you trust yourself so much? Did you sit down and read the Quran from beginning to end? Did you read and comprehend the tafsir, exegesis of the Quran, which shows all the truths, and then say, I have seen the truth, right? You just grew up in the midst of things. I mean, it's clear where you were raised. It's clear in which schools, with what education you were raised. So how can you trust yourself? That's why a person needs to know their weakness, their poverty, their flaws. Then they need to know their deficiency. The shortest way to remedy this is to read directly, to see the truths through the window of the sacred. Then to proceed on that path. So for that, the first, what is the greatest truth now? The greatest truth is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, right? It is the Basmala. I mean, the Quran begins with the Basmala. Therefore, we will now see the greatest truth by seeing the reality of the Basmala. Let's see if we will be able to see it.